Hello everyone. Today is May the 18th and it's in the middle of the Victoria Day weekend here in Newfoundland. And thank you for checking out Gander Gardening with Dawn. And if you have been here before, thank you for coming back. Spring always comes late, of course, around here, but this is a patch of Corydalus purple bird that are looking really lovely right now. And there's also some alliums growing up in between those. And next to that, we have some glory of the snow that are kind of squished because we had snow on these since they grew. Some snow fell, about 10 days ago. And so, yeah, they got kind of smashed, but they're still looking pretty nice. And behind that, there's some Aquilogia or Columbine. These are Barlow mix. And here's a really nice Corydalus, the same type. And it's squished up next to this Jack Frost Brennera, which is fine because the Corydalus will disappear completely once it finishes blooming. And then the Brennera will be able to stretch out. Behind that, there's a peony that's only up about 8 inches. Here is an absolutely gorgeous pulmonaria. This is just a standard one that we call soldiers and sailors around here. Lots of forget-me-nots that are going to come out. Here's a couple of foxgloves that I grew from seed. These are Camelot White. And in this container, we have some nasturtium that I grew from seed and one of my Lark's Ebb dahlias, because this has a great structure that the dahlia really appreciates. And there's also tons, and I mean tons, of wild geranium. That's Geranium maculatum here. Lots of forget-me-nots. And I've planted some snapdragons out here, which are doing well. More glory of the snow. And more geranium. And this is in front of our gazebo with some winter sowing bottles still inside it there. And this is a pulmonaria, also called Blue Ensign, and I love this one. We have a couple of Dalmatian peach foxgloves that I grew from seed, lots more of the Blue Ensign pulmonaria. There is a ton of a geranium here. I think it's something like Biocovo. I'm not exactly sure. More foxgloves. Lots more pulmonaria. Lots of alliums here that will be coming out later. And I have some snapdragons planted in this area. And I believe these are Chantilly Velvet. And this one is called Raspberry Splash Pulmonaria. And it's a really light, bright pink compared to this really deep, dark blue ensign. Both are pulmonaria, but very different. And there's another foxglove. I think this one is a Camelot White. Also in our back garden, underneath a couple of gigantic evergreen trees, we have another area of bulbs. And I think these are Scilla, and there are also some of the Blue Ensign that have decided to grow in this area as well. Gorgeous dark blue. These are invasive, by the way, and so as soon as they start to go to seed, I'm going to cut all the flowers off before they do that. I'm going to keep them very, very controlled. This pulmonaria is called Little Star, and I'm actually not that fond of this one. I don't find that the flowers are very big, but as you can see, there's a pollinator that's enjoying it very much, despite the small size of the flowers. And behind that, here in my front, we have some lovely blue hyacinths. In this little spot, behind some daylilies that are doing really well and some David phlox, is a container of Alaska apricot nasturtium. And I have 3 pots here of white picotee ranunculus. Here in the corner of the front of our house, we have tons of tulips that have yet to bloom. More of the Barlow mix columbine, lots more alliums that have yet to start blooming. The buds are there, but no blooms yet. More foxglove that I grew from seed. And here is a patch of Himalayan blue poppy, looking really good. This pulmonaria is very different than Little Star. I don't remember the name of it, but it has really large flowers. Anyway, that's about all that's blooming here. And thank you very, very much for watching.